All right, welcome back. You're going to notice in a lot of these final fights, I'm just going to kind of roll directly from the last one into the next one. Ansem 2 is probably one of the hardest fights in the game to do well. You have to be really quick with your combos. You have to know exactly how many hits you can land at different phases, and you need to uh, really understand how all of his moves work, so that way you can dodge them appropriately and get in as much damage as possible. One thing to note is if you have an incredibly tough time with Ansem 2, because you have to fight Darkseid 3 every time you die to him, just throw up Arrow if you really need to. Um, it's really not that big a deal. I'm not going to be using Arrow in this video because I've done the fight enough times, but I will use an elixir if I get submitted by the um, by the Guardian. So gonna go ahead and unpause. He can open with a few different moves. One of which is where he kind of floats towards you and uses the swipe move. That's the one that I would ideally like to see him open with. If he doesn't use that, he'll either use the lightning attack, which is the worst opening, or the charge attack. The charge attack, you just have to deflect it. The lightning, you have to dodge roll through it, but he will continue to spam that attack pretty often if he opens with it. So hopefully I'll get the swipe. That's the best situation. Every time I have a vulnerable opportunity at Ansem, I'm going to do 2 hits, and then I'm going to restart my combo and do a full combo. So let's see if I can pull it off. So I'm going to move to the right and jump. He gave me the charge attack, so that's fine. 2 hits, and then a full combo. And then I'm going to drop and use R's, just like I would in Ansem 1. Super Glide, he always jumps back like that, so try to stagger him again. Good, I did. Full combo, use R's Arcanum. He got staggered again, so I'm going to try to stagger him with the R's. Not quite able to do it. The charge attack is very scary. Okay, it's the easiest one to kill you with. So, if you look at his health right now, he's almost at completely yellow bar. Once he's a hit below yellow bar, he can actually use his desperation move, or DM. So, I'm going to try to DM skip Ansem by leaving him above this barrier right now. And then next time that I'm able to stagger him, try to kind of reset his AI and force him not to use that move. It is very hard to do. I also don't know if it's entirely consistent. I'm not very good at it myself, but we'll give it a shot. Just want to show you what it looks like. So instead of hitting him right now, I'm going to go ahead and heal. I'm going to let his Guardian do that, and then I'm going to wait on which move he decides to use. Take a look, he did Lightning, so I probably can't get the DM skip if he does Lightning. Yeah, because he will not stagger generally. Yeah. So he's not going to stagger, which means he's going to DM. There it is. Unfortunately, I just got unlucky. If he does Lightning, it's really, really hard to stagger him, and there's not much I can do about it. So I'm going to use Leap Bracer to heal through this last one, and try to stagger him. Not going to stagger him, unfortunately. Going to go ahead and deflect the charge. R's Arcanum. Now, if I do get submitted, remember I will be using an elixir. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use an elixir. You have enough to really use one here. Whenever he uses the orb attack, you can just use an R's Arcanum through it, just like that, and that's the end of the fight. So that's why I go ahead and use an elixir there, because I didn't have enough MP for any R's Arcanums, and it's since you're invulnerable during the first half of R's Arcanum, it's much safer to just use those once you're submitted instead of trying to run around and attack and end up freezing from the Guardian and all these other kinds of things. So that's the fight. I recommend practicing that fight maybe more than any other single fight in the entire game, except for maybe some of the ones in Hall Bastion 1. In my opinion, it's an incredibly fun fight. I very much enjoy kind of reacting to all of his attacks, but you really need to learn each one individually and how he's going to move when he uses each one, so that you can kind of anticipate what he's going to do. The DM skip is, like I said, is something that's incredibly difficult, and I'm not 100% sure if it's completely consistent or not. That is something that I personally still need to learn from Zetris or somebody else, and it's a fun thing to go for though, and saves you a good 15 or so seconds if you do manage to get it. So yeah, thanks for